Ready to be an inference investigator? Inference is when you use clues from a text to figure out something that isn't actually said directly. It's a bit like being a detective, spotting hints in what the character says, does or feels, and guessing what they really mean or how they feel inside. To begin with, we're going to have a look at some picture examples. My first picture is called Glow. I would like you to have a look at the picture before answering the questions I have beside it. You're going to be using your inference skills to answer the question. So for example, where is she? Well, think about where you know places that are dark. Maybe she's in a tunnel. Maybe she's underground. What other dark places might you think of? What is she looking at? So again, you will use the clues that you already know. We can see that she has lots of bright green and red lights shining on her. So where do you find green and red shining lights? And the final question is, how do you think she feels? What clue could you use for that? You could use her facial expression, couldn't you? So she looks quite happy, maybe a little bit surprised. Pause the video and have a talk about the picture. You could even think about what you think might happen next, using all of your inference information. Our second picture is called Moon Garden. Maybe the title might even give us some clues for our answers. Take a little bit of time to carefully look at the picture on the screen, and then you can have a go at using your inference skills to answer the questions. What has the boy done? And what could happen next? So what clues could you use for what has the boy done? I think it's useful to have a look at his facial expression again. He looks quite happy. Maybe he looks a little bit cheeky and mischievous. If we look at the other characters in the background, do they give us any clues to what the boy has done? I also notice he's holding what looks like a very special red flower. And if our title is called The Moon Garden, could that flower be very important? How about then, what could happen next? For this, you might use your experiences from other stories that you know, or maybe from a television program or a film. What do you think could happen next? Here is the first text we are going to have a look at, and it's called The Broken Trophy. If you can read along with me, then that would be fab. Maya stared at the broken trophy on the floor. Her hands were shaking and her eyes were wide. The room was silent. She bent down slowly and picked up the pieces. Her lips trembled, but she didn't speak. Outside, her team waited, still wearing their medals and smiling. Pause the video here and have a look for clues in the text to answer my 3 questions. How did the trophy break? Do you think that Maya broke the trophy? Or maybe the trophy was broken before she entered the room? What clues in the text could give us an idea? How about Maya stared at the broken trophy? She may have stared because she was shocked or surprised. Or how about her hands were shaking? Is that because she felt guilty and worried about what she had done? What might Maya be thinking? She may be concerned about what her teammates might say when they find out that the trophy has been broken, maybe. How is she feeling? Which words in the text can give us our clues? But she didn't speak. Her lips trembled, but she didn't speak. Maybe she didn't speak because she was trying really, really hard not to cry. What do you think? Let's move on to our second text now. It's called The Silent Reef. Let's read it together. Ace the diver swam near the coral reef. The fish had vanished, and the water felt strangely still. He checked his oxygen tank twice. A shadow passed overhead, and he froze. His heart thudded. Bubbles escaped from his mouth as he slowly turned. The seaweed swayed, but no sound came. Again, pause the video here. Have a look at the 3 questions and see if you can find any clues in the text to help you with your answers. Why had the fish vanished? Maybe something scared the fish away. Could it be something to do with the big shadow? What was the shadow? Do you think it could have been a boat? Probably not, because in the text it says the water felt strangely still. And if a boat went past, that would cause the water to ripple and wave, wouldn't it? How did the diver feel? I think the diver felt anxious, and that's why he checked his oxygen tank. And what about when he froze? That shows us that he was really scared. Now we've had a go at a few activities practicing inference skills. Hopefully it makes the word inference sound a little less confusing and daunting. Remember, all it means is the writer isn't telling you exactly what is happening and what has happened, so you have to use clues in the text. For example, the writer didn't tell us Ace the diver was frightened. Instead, the writer said Ace the diver froze and his heart thudded.